Hey peeps, we are back. We are talking the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 4, Episode 1. Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. All right, we are back. I am still a little bit under the weather, but I'm trying to forge on, and I am excited that Salt Lake City is back. I didn't realize that I kind of missed the girls. Anyway, the beginning of this episode opened up so beautifully. I do have to say that with production, editing, throwing in the Bible verses, the whole Heather pushing the producer back, which, by the way, keep your hands off production. Haven't we said that before in the past? These ladies get too grown. Keep your hands off the production people. They're doing their job. Anyway, I'm not going to get too excited about this. We had the whole black eye situation with Heather last season, and it turned out to be a whole bunch of bull crap. They got us all hyped for no reason. So I'm not going to think that this is some big thing that we are all about to be excited and shocked about. It could turn out to just be a whole bunch of nothing, a whole bunch of hype, and we'll just have to wait and see. So after we see Heather freaking out on the production, the show starts and says 4 months earlier. So 4 months before her big freak out in Bermuda or wherever she was. So we see Lisa, pretending again to be the queen of Sundance. And I said, do we have to see her pretend to be the queen of Sundance every season? Just because she knows how to direct people and how to move furniture around from here to here? Girl, I'm sick of you. Anyway, just on the first episode, she's already given us fake crying. Lisa Barlow, she's one of the housewives that I have a love-hate relationship. Sometimes I love her, other times I hate her, but both times I love hating her. She is so fake and phony with these tears. It's always, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm crying. Neither can we, because we don't see any tears, and you snap out of it so quickly. So she's saying that her and John had no idea that Jack signed up for a mission. So all of this is surprising to them. They're extremely shocked by it. They don't know how they missed it. And, these missions are really amazing. I think I've mentioned before that I have family members who are Mormon, and they are amazing people. And I do realize when they go on these missions are extremely eye-opening, they're fulfilling, and they give them a chance to grow and develop their relationship with their fellow Mormons, with their relationship with God. They have a great time. It's very eye-opening. However, I don't know if I think this is the reason Jack is doing this, because we just saw him last season tell her that he didn't want to go to college. He didn't think he needed to go to college. He didn't feel that it was important because he's already rich and he already has this company that she started for him. I think this is Jack's way of not going to college and getting away from his parents. That's just my opinion. Get down in the comments, peeps, and let me know what you think. The whole time she's telling him, I've got to spend more time with the family. I need to do better. Oh, hold on my phone. Hold on my phone. What do you think we should do? Oh, my phone. I'm sick of her. I really am. Lisa, her whole world revolves around Lisa. It's always, I need to do this. I got to do this. It's about Lisa, Lisa, Lisa. And you're wondering why you didn't know that this guy was signing up to go on a mission? Because it's always about you. Anyway, that's just my opinion. We find out that Heather has a beautiful new home. This lady said, no, ma'am, she is not going to stay in her old home now that she's got all this money. Beauty Lab has expanded. It's huge. She's got her book money. She's got her Real Housewife check, plus all the other things that she's doing. She has moved into a 7,900 square feet, 7-bedroom, 6-bathroom house. And honey, listen, the house is gorgeous. I appreciate it. I really do. And the fact that she's outside wearing an inappropriate outfit and shoes, shoveling her driveway was hilarious. Talking about the people that she hired didn't shovel a path up to the door, which is something to think about. I'm sure that I would at least give them a call. For as much as I'm sure it costs for you to do this driveway, you couldn't shovel a path up to the front door. I don't want a lawsuit in my new home for people slipping and sliding up to the front door. But what I thought was hilarious was her having Meredith help her shovel a path to the front door when she showed up. No, ma'am. These are not the right shoes or outfit to be outside shoveling to the front door. But I appreciate that she was out there doing it herself. Meredith does mention that she has an ice pick, and sometimes it's great to get rid of aggression. My only advice is be careful, Seth. Seriously, the woman has an ice pick. So her and Heather sit down, they have a drink and a little snacks and talk about bad weather and how Heather and Whitney are still not close like they used to be, but they got together and, she wants them to be close again. Whitney doesn't feel safe with Heather. Who cares? Whitney is the one who always starts the fire and then hides her hands. All of a sudden, she's not safe. Girl, shut up. Anyway, Heather is the one who always participates and then forgets. Both of them are problems. Anyway, like all the other housewife franchises, all of a sudden, Heather wants to get everybody together. Let's start over fresh. Let's start over. It never works. It never works. You get everybody together, it either blows up and backfires, or everybody says, okay, let's start over fresh. Then the next time you get the groups together, you're fighting again. It never works because these people don't know how to act like grown-ups. Then Meredith, she's upset with Whitney because of her bathtub. I said, well, what? Whitney makes some shady, funny comment about her and Seth, the bathtub and bathing together. She's reading this New York Post article with this shade, and Heather is looking as if, are you serious about this? Is this legit? Are we really angry here, or is this some kind of joke? No, ma'am. She was really upset about this. And I said, girl, what the hell? Who cares? We saw her and her husband sliding down a pole. We saw them smacking paint all over each other's partially naked bodies. That was gross. Who cares? Personally, I don't need to ever see Meredith and Seth in the tub again either. I don't want to see any of it. But who cares? Now, Meredith has a lot of rules. Meredith has told us multiple times, do not talk about her marriage. And you better not talk about her kids. And now you can't talk about her bathtub. The list is growing, Meredith. I need you to go back to Meredith disengage marks. You're doing a lot. Meredith did have a little bit of a point. She said that her maid or her housekeeper cleans her tub every single day. But can she say the same thing about that hot tub over at Whitney's? She said that everybody is in and out of, and I'm sure it's seen its days of a lot of sex. So she might be onto something about that hot tub. I'm just saying. Now, honey, listen, the next thing you know, we see Mary M. Cosby. And just seeing Mary walking onto the scene, I said, Mary M. Cosby. She cracks me up. Mary owes Heather an apology for those comments that she made about her. But she's not going to. Mary M. Cosby is too damn much. I really missed her confessionals. Mary said that she had cut everybody off except for Meredith. She would talk to Meredith. Didn't she make some kind of comment that Robert Jr. has a girlfriend that everybody keeps referring to as his wife, but she doesn't know if this girl is his wife or not? She's going to have to ask him. And the producer said, well, he lives in the house with you. Have you asked him? And she says, no, she hasn't found the time. What? Girl, there is no way in hell that my son, living with me or not, is going to have a girlfriend that people keep referring to as his wife, and I'm not going to ask about it immediately. Mary is too funny. Then she says that her husband, Robert, has been in Vegas for 6 months. The producer said, well, how's that been? She says, it's been wonderful. She's had a good old time. I think Mary got a little young man on the side. I mean, that's just my opinion. Did anybody notice that when Mary asked Meredith about Jen, she whispered? She said, so how do you feel about Jen? Why did it go to a whisper? What was that about? Meredith says, well, she pled guilty. She went to jail. Did anybody notice that Mary snickered a little bit? And then when the producers asked Meredith, has she talked to Jen since she went to jail? She said, well, no. She went to prison. She's in prison. What do you want me to do? Girl, if the woman is in prison, you can accept prison phone calls. You've got the money. You could write her a letter. You could drop a postcard. You could reach out to her husband. There's a lot of things that you could do if you wanted to. The truth is, you just don't want to. I think that they're all breathing a sigh of relief that they don't have to be bothered with Jen anymore. Mary says, hey, she believes in karma and Jen is getting exactly what she deserves, and she is excited to see how things are going to work out now that Jen is gone. Look, Mary is pulling no punches. She has always said she doesn't like Jen, and she really doesn't like the hospital smell, so she sure as hell doesn't like prison smell. She's definitely not going to be bothered with Jen. I'm just saying. Now, Angie is back, and she's not given much so far. However, she is holding a snowflake this season, and you know how extra she was last season to get a hold of that snowflake. I think she's going to be extremely extra this season to hold on to it. Let's see what happens. Now, they introduce us to this new housewife named Monica. Monica was friends with Jen. Angie and Monica get together to have a little lunch with Lisa.
And asked me, do you want to be rich? Do you want to make $600,000 a year? All you have to do is put this, this, and this in your name. And I have a friend in the Secret Service. And I called him and he said, get the away from Jen Shah. And she was arrested 2 months later. I became a witness with the federal government in her trial.
All I can think of is Jen Shah is in prison now. Everybody's watching The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City and seeing Monica's confessionals. I bet she was doing everything she could not to end up back in the hole for tearing everything up. How dare you get on here and do this to me? Now, this girl went from being your assistant to turning you in to being on the witness list to holding your snowflake. Ooh, that is terrible. Jeez, can you imagine? That is crazy. Monica befriended Jen, then she became one of her friends, got in the friend group, downloaded all the information Jen had about every last one of these girls, got on the witness list, and now she is in Jen's spots, in Jen's group, and Jen is sitting somewhere in jail. This girl is something else. And can you imagine that? Jen offering you to be rich, to put stuff in your name. Then you happen to have a friend in Secret Service who tells you to get away from Jen. And then the next thing you know, she's going to prison and you're on the witness list. Oh my. And remember last season when Dana was saying that she had a friend who was going to be a witness against Jen? Then all of a sudden you see pictures of Monica and Dana on social media. Oh, right. Monica was the friend. And now here she is holding the snowflake and Dana is not. I'm just saying. One thing I can say is I think that the Housewives only hired this girl Monica because she knows background information on Jen and Lisa and the rest of these girls. They hired her because she's got dirt. One thing is for sure, after watching her on her confessionals and watching her on this show, if I was these girls, I would tread lightly with her. She would not get any of my information. I would stay the hell away from her because clearly nothing is sacred with her and she will rat you the hell out. Why don't you ask your Secret Service friend what the hell happened to Heather's eye? And just let us know. At some point on the show, Lisa made some kind of comment about how Monica looks different and she was probably in the witness protection or some comment that she made. And Monica was not here for it. She took to social media. She said, woo, the first photo was taken June 2022. Didn't realize I was so unrecognizable with my hair skin back then too. The way some people are so damn comfortable lying. It's wild. First of all, I wasn't meeting Jen at the airport, Lisa. I met you at the airport because you were also running an errand for Jen. That was actually the first time we met in person, aside from our countless phone conversations. But keep coming with all the BS. Unreal. Second, the way you were coming in clutch with those microaggressions. You couldn't pick me out of the police lineup or a witness protection. You couldn't have set a party or crowd. I see you. Third, the way you made the most uneducated statement of the episode with the fair-skinned blonde hair comment, as if Latinas can't have lighter skin or have blonde hair, but yet you claim to be a cultured New Yorker. I know what you're implying. We all do. Doesn't your best friend work in the hair industry where people change their hair color and change their looks constantly? Lastly, please let me know if you recognize Angie K in the last pick in witness protection or in a police lineup. Fuck out of here. Happy hump day. P.S. Fair skin is better than orange. Listen, Monica's not here to play with Lisa. She's really not. And this last picture of Angie K, hell no. I don't recognize that woman. I don't recognize that woman.
Papa! Who this woman?
And to be honest, that first picture that she put up of herself, Monica, I don't recognize her either. She kind of looked like Shakira to me. I don't know. But damn it. I'm not defending Lisa at all, especially with that witness protection line. But I simply thought that she was just implying that Monica just looked so different. I didn't think more into it, but reading Monica's comments, I'm thinking, well, should I have read more into it? I don't know, peeps. Monica does look different with blonde hair than she does currently. I don't know, you guys. Get in the comments. Let me know what you think. Then she also made the comments about Lisa talking too much. Listen, I thought it was hilarious, but I'm team Lisa here. They don't call this channel Pia Talks for no reason. I can't stop talking either. I've gotten in trouble year after year after year in school for not being able to shut up. You know, my parents got the calls. She won't stop talking. She won't stop talking. It's a problem. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is. I haven't been diagnosed, but you know, I'm same as Lisa. I can't shut up. Anyway, moving on. Let me stop. So Monica tells us that she's going through a divorce. This woman got married, divorced the man, married him again. Now they're getting divorced again. Is that the thing? Is that the same as insanity? Doing the same thing again, expecting a different result? I see people doing this quite often, you know, getting divorced and remarried. I don't know. Anyway, she's a single mom of 5 girls. Listen, my mom had 3 girls. I don't know how she does it. 5 girls, 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 12-year-old, and 17. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Lock me up. Okay, I could not imagine all of us together. 6 women in the same house. No, ma'am. One thing I thought was interesting is Monica did say that she thinks it's quite funny to hear Lisa and Angie brag about their perfect lives, knowing that their relationships are far from it, and that she's got all this relationship news and tea about the 2 of them. I said, oh shit. Oh wow. I can't wait to hear it. I cannot wait to find out. Because you know Lisa Barlow, me and John are just perfect. Okay, we'll see. Then we get over here to this fresh start party, and you know, these decorations are beautiful. I absolutely loved it. And you know, I appreciate that these Salt Lake City women, they will go out in 20 feet of snow and still have a good time. They will still wear open-toe shoes. They will still wear skirts and dresses. They just have a great old time. Not me. Not me. I'm in the house. I have sent you a gift. I can't make it. It's too cold out. Anybody notice that Mary's name on the show, under it says Meredith's friend? Production, you need to quit playing with us. Quit playing with us. Mary gives Heather a compliment, and I was surprised. She tells Heather how good she looks. I said, didn't you call her inbred your last season on the show? I really don't think that you should be apologizing to her. Stop this, Mary. And Whitney was completely shocked. She didn't know if she was seeing ghosts or what. Is Mary Cosby really here? Little girl, she's really here. Lisa shows up with Monica and Angie. Heather was not okay. Heather said, I know she did not bring Angie, the lady who started those rumors about me last season. Angie seems to be all the way up Lisa's ass this season. I don't know what's happening. I have no idea. But then Lisa goes on to read her text messages from Mary Cosby.
The last text message I got from Mary wasn't exactly nice. Lisa, you're the biggest idiot. You're a black widow. You are the biggest liar in Utah. Wow. You'll kill people with your nasty tequila. You remind me of a witch. You evil person. You're not interesting. You're a horrible human being. Yeah, I do feel good seeing Lisa right now. I do. And I really like her jacket.
I mean, damn. She says you're the biggest idiot. You're a black widow. You're the biggest liar in Utah. You'll kill people with your nasty tequila. You remind me of a witch. You evil person. You're not interesting. You're a horrible human being. I said, damn, Mary. Mary. And she says she was happy to see Lisa and she likes Lisa's jacket. I said, Lisa, the way you are just sitting there nonchalantly reading these texts, I mean, I don't think that I would have been able to greet Mary with a hug and a smile. That was downright rude. And then it just reminded me of when Whitney was nonchalantly reading her text from Mary. Mary is a text assassin. I mean, this woman is, what is wrong with her? She's like a sharpshooter with her text messages. She aims right for the heart. This woman is a menace. You know, one thing I can say is, you know, Lisa was cool with it. You know, she was reading those unhinged messages from Mary, but, you know, Mary sends the message directly to them. So I guess that's one good thing you can say. She's not just saying it behind their back. Yikes, Mary. Please, somebody, nobody ever give my phone number to Mary M. Cosby. When Mary asked Heather about Jen, oh my gosh. You know, Mary said, cut the crap, Heather. Don't sit here and try to twist the truth. Don't act like you know, were never under Jen's spell, because you absolutely were. And if Jen was not in prison and she was still here on the show, you would still be getting harassed and abused and called Shrek and Fat Pig and all these other things that she was doing. You know, that's why Heather is so light now. She's so excited she doesn't have to be bothered with Jen anymore. Meredith throws out an olive branch to Lisa and asks her if they'd like to go for a walk or a hike, just the two of them, so they could talk and maybe have a fresh start. Lisa says she didn't see it coming, but she knows Meredith missed her. And of course she did. Of course they miss each other. You could see it last season that Lisa missed her friendship with Meredith. You know, they both have been friends for a very long time, so I know that they miss each other. It was a little embarrassing when they brought up who's read Heather's book and nobody's read it. And Mary said it out loud. She says, nobody's reading that book. And, you know, Mary, you didn't have to do that, but, you know, nobody's reading that book. I mean, I have never read any of the Housewives books because I always feel that they're a money grab, and I really don't care. Anyway, I thought it was absolutely rude and disgusting for Angie to make that comment that she'd like Lisa Barlow to sign Heather's book for her. That would have pissed me off, too, if I was Heather. Probably would have escorted Angie's ass right on out the door. Bye, Angie. You're doing too much. Then Whitney and Heather and the whole buzzing cousins thing. And then Whitney makes the comment that it was more than just alcohol, though. You know, speaking of weed. And Heather brings up, she says, oh yeah, you know, the Special K or whatever. Whitney doesn't want to be associated with Special K, but she was okay associating Meredith with the Special K. When Meredith brings that up, Whitney reminds everybody that it was Lisa who brought up the Special K first. Then Whitney jumped on the bandwagon. Then they go into this immature conversation about this stupid bathtub. So this is dumb. This is really dumb, but Whitney had some points. Meredith rents a house every season. Why doesn't her and Seth settle down and just buy a home? You have businesses there. Your life is there. Your kids are there a lot of the time. Just buy a place. They live in a different place every season. It's given a little weird. Just buy a place. But, you know, I'm with Meredith when she tells Whitney, save those brain cells. You know, sit down and shut the hell on up. They always say that they're going to move past it. They forgive each other, and then they're fighting and arguing again. I agree with Whitney when she says that, can we just agree to drop this? I've apologized. Let's go. Let's move on, and let's not bring it up again. It's going to be brought up again at least 6 more episodes. I guarantee it. And I'm tired of hearing Whitney act like the victim. She's afraid to move forward. If you shut up sometimes and stop spreading rumors and being a part of the problem, you wouldn't be afraid. And when they pulled out those snowballs, Mary M. Cosby said, and I'm Team Mary. I'm sitting over here off to the side. However, they did look like they were having a good time. This season might actually be good. Let's see what happens, peeps. Get down in the comments and let me know what you think. And until next time, bye.